If you're going to flame Biden for a poor performance and pretend like this quote is peak leadership, you're blatantly lying to yourself. The choice is an old guy with a good record who's a truly terrible speaker and an old guy with the literal emotional maturity of a seven-year-old. Quote, I took 2 cognitive tests. Dog. That's not what this is about. Republican Trump voters love Donald Trump because he speaks like them. The small business tyrants and the corporate elites love Donald Trump because he gives them tax cuts. Democrats are frustrated with Joe Biden because he speaks like their dad who's on hospice. Notice how neither of those things have anything to do with their record, the actual consequences. He got so frustrated and so mad when I said American politics is based on vibes. People don't vote for the most part based on policy. They vote based on whether or not they can see that person in the Oval Office, if they hit the right taste clusters, the charisma, the personality, right? What their 3-point shot looks like. That's what national elections are for the most part. If you can't recognize that simple fact, log the fuck off and go fucking volunteer, smile and dial, because goddamn, you are that out of touch that you think this is convincing to anybody. I think it's finally starting to hit mainstream liberals that the Democratic Party has been failing us, but when the Democratic Party puts that blame on the left, those mainstream liberals listen and the cycle continues. I don't think it's a matter of the Democratic establishment recognizing that the progressive wing or like leftists or whatever Bernie bros were right all along. It's simply, holy fuck, our image is damaged. We have to do damage control. Either we have to prove he had strep or something with a doctor's note, and that's why he performed so bad, or we have to get him out because we may never get power again. The Democratic Party relies on losing and then winning and then losing again. The Republican Party wants to stay in power forever, in perpetuity. They are theocrats. The Democratic Party are neoliberals who will win only whenever they have the opportunity to prove we're better than the other person and then not do anything to prove that. We need the Michelle Barack ticket? No. Reminds me of the Labour Party of the UK. That is exactly right. It is the Labour Party of the UK. We're not the Tories. We're not Reform. We're not Lib Dem. You can't just keep doing opposition politics. You can't keep doing defensive voting. You have to inspire people and give them a agenda to vote for. The Republican Party has that. It's fuck immigrants. It's fuck minorities. It's stand with police. It's glass the Middle East. It's do Christian nationalism. Criminalize homelessness, and I'm not just saying that to say it, because the Supreme Court just voted 6-3 that it's legal to criminalize homelessness. That's the Republican Party agenda. So you have to do something other than that. The problem is the very mechanisms of the Democratic Party operate in the opposite direction. What does that even mean? That tearing up homeless camps because it's like littering or creating a waste hazard, or loitering whenever somebody is homeless and sitting on a park bench and like they're visibly homeless. Back to debtors' prisons, pretty much. This guy just can't stop lying.
On the black people, I didn't have sex with a porn star. There's nothing to debate. He made up the Charlottesville story.
Here's the thing, again, nothing Donald Trump did last night was new. He was running the hits. He didn't bring out anything new. He didn't perform that well. He was a little tired, gotta be honest, but he didn't have to. This was the first time he made an appearance with Joe Biden in a official capacity since 2021, and all he had to do was the bare minimum, and he cleared that. He even outflanked Biden on the left a couple times. That Joe Biden is destroying Social Security and Medicare, even though that's what he wants to do. That Joe Biden has let down veterans. That's true. Has Joe Biden done some things for veterans? Yeah. Has he addressed the actual, material issues? No, of course not. Did Trump do anything to address any of that? Fuck no. It doesn't matter. So long as you're saying the right things, that's all that counts. And that is the failure of liberal ideology. That if you even have a modicum, tiny little means-tested tweaks around the edges, that will be good enough and people will recognize that. No. No. Everyone in this chat, Hutch and myself included, are outliers. Because we pay attention to this shit.